it's Deidre from Our Upcycled Life, and today I have a really cool video. I'm going to show you how to make your own salt wash. And what this does is it takes a brand new piece of wood and turns it into something that looks like it's 100 years old, chippy and lots of layers of different colors, and it looks amazing. You probably have all the ingredients that you need right in your house to do it already. So today I'm going to do a step-by-step tutorial so you can make one yourself. If you like thrifting, DIY, and repurposing, you've come to the right place. I'm creating lots of great content, so make sure you like and subscribe and hit the bell for notifications so you don't miss any episodes. Okay, let's get started. This is a piece of plywood that I've had laying around for quite a while, and I'm going to turn it into an arrow. So I'm just going to mark off the top and the ends and get ready to cut it. Just going to take my jigsaw and cut the lines that I made on the top and the bottom. And just take your sander all the way around all of the edges, and I'm using an 80 grit sandpaper. Now I want to give the new wood an aged color. This is Minwax Black Walnut, and I'm just going to coat the whole piece of wood on the top and the edges. Now I'm just going to take my black chalk paint and just lightly cover the whole top of the surface. You don't have to go right to the edges, just kind of a light coat just to give it a bit more of an aged look again. If you go back to my playlist, you'll find a really great DIY chalk paint recipe that I love. And now I'm rubbing beeswax all along the edges so the paint will not adhere to it. I'm just going to add a coat of this yellow. It's just, again, some yellow chalk paint that I've made, and it's just going to give it a little bit of a contrast for another layer of color when it's all finished. Okay, let's make some salt wash paint. The first thing you're going to do is add 1 cup of latex paint. Doesn't matter what color, any color. I'm using this deep red, and you probably want to use a satin or a matte finish. And then you're going to add 2 heaping tablespoons of pickling salt. You can use any type of salt. You don't need to use this. I just find this one is a little bit coarser and it gives a better effect. And then we're going to add 1 heaping tablespoon of plaster of Paris. Okay, now we want to stir it up. Now this is going to be thick, and that's what you want. You want a real thick, grainy texture, and mix it in all really well. The plaster of Paris, the salt, and the paint. Mix it until it's all a real thick consistency. We're ready to put the salt wash paint on the arrow. Now, there is a technique to this, and it's not to use brush strokes. You just want to dab it on, like in big globs. Just take globs and just dab it on all over your piece of wood, and just do it randomly. And you can miss little areas. You don't have to have every piece of the wood covered. It just, if you leave little spots here and there, it just makes it look even more weathered. If you use strokes when you're applying this, it'll take away from the effect that you're trying to get. So just dab it up and down with your paintbrush right full of the salt wash paint. I've just finished putting on one coat of just regular chalk paint over top of that salt wash. Now comes the fun part, to just sand. I have an 80 grit disc on here, and it's going to take a little bit of elbow grease, but just sand and sand and sand, and you'll start to see all the different layers appear and all the chippiness and all the aged look come through on the piece of wood. You can see some of the stain show through, you can see some of the black show through, and some of that little bit of yellow is going to peek through. I think it just looks fabulous. After sanding it all down, I decided I wanted to put one more layer of color on it, so I mixed up this kind of seafoam green into a salt wash also, exact same as I did the first one. 2 tablespoons of coarse salt and 1 tablespoon of plaster of Paris in with your latex paint. Stir it really well and then just dab it on all over. No paint brush strokes, just dab it wherever you want it. You can leave little spots open so the other colors can show through. You really can't make a mistake doing this. Okay, it's completely dry and now we're ready to sand again. 80 grit sandpaper, and just sand away until you can see all the colors come through and it's completely smooth. This is such a cool technique and the possibilities are endless. So many different color combinations that you can use. I just love that it can take a brand new piece of wood and make it look like it's been hung on the side of a building for 100 years. It's fabulous. And this is what I created, a potting shed sign for my garden. I hope I've inspired you guys to make some of your own salt wash paint, and you had fun doing it. Thanks for watching.